Okay. So why do I play horror games? Is it because of the extremely scary characters? Do you need some fun in your life? Then why the fuck are you watching my videos? Why would I want to scare myself? As I said in my last video,
because I'm fucking depressed and it makes me feel alive.
or is it because it gets me views on Twitch?
Sell out.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, where were we? So why do I play horror games? Because anxiety and depression is actually S tier, so playing horror games for adrenaline rushes is actually... But for real, I like horror games because of the intense emotions. It's the same thing as bungee jumping, it's an adrenaline rush. We're chasing, heartbeat racing, knees weak, mom spaghetti. No, but really, adrenaline. That's it. Wrap it up. Fuck out of here. Video done. For some reason I like feeling underpowered. And stop being disgusting. I like the underdog feeling. Like in RE7, you kill everyone in that house around 60 times each, and they're still not fucking dead. Sensation seeking. It's a personality trait, most of us probably have it. It's defined as the search for experiences and feelings. A personality trait for thrill and adventure seeking. Apparently this comes from boredom, so I mean that explains a lot. It's not only about the horror in horror games I'm seeking. It's that some horror games, there is a diamond in the rough story. An unrealistic adventure you have to complete. It doesn't want to be being the most realistic 4K make you feel like Batman type shit. Like I understand that many games really go for that realistic type feel, like it's actually a possibility that the thing they're playing could happen. But I like it being supernatural or just gory ass monsters who can never appear in real life. Like I won't hang upside down from a roof, escape by swinging, running through death traps, slide into a whole pool of blood, getting chased by a guy with a motor saw in real life, but I sure would want to sometimes. I won't get a call from my neighbor checking up on me to see if I'm okay while my neighbor is drinking their newly murdered husband's blood, but sometimes it would be nice. Like I won't get thrown around by a big beefy dude and... Wait, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, controllable fear. In horror games, I like the feeling of being scared, and because of it being a game, I can control how scared I wanna be. You're never in any real danger, and that's why you can push the limits of your fears. You can continue playing even though your body tells you not to, because there isn't anything holding you back other than it being scary. We can get that rush without putting ourselves in any real danger. A quote not a lot of people really think is a big part of a horror genre. Horror doesn't create fear. They release it. It's controlled fear. I decide how much or little I want to be scared, and the adrenaline rush you get from controlled fear can actually be quite addictive. The fight or flight response, also called hyperarousal, is how we psychologically respond to harmful events, attacks or threats to survive. A response that kicks in while we play horror games, and being able to get into this avatar state without actually being in a harmful event is what we mostly seek while playing. This response releases adrenaline and releases dopamine. You know, after a jump scare you get really scared, and after the jump scare you start laughing. That's what I'm talking about. We get so scared like something dangerous just happened, but then you look at it and it's just the ugly ass doll sitting there doing absolutely nothing. A big part of what I mentioned first, with it being the most realistic, is horror games can usually be a lot more scarier if the graphics are bad, or the controls fucking suck, or something else unnerving you have to deal with while experiencing the horror. It's the diversity of the horror game genre that makes it so good. I mean, you never know what to expect. It's a mental asylum or a haunted house, or maybe even both. That's about it. The diversity is out of this world, really. But for real though, when the story is good and you actually do give a shit about some characters in the game, that's what I enjoy from horror games. The scary element with a good story, because a lot of the time, a lot of characters are completely bland and boring. The more you give a shit about the characters, the more scared you're going to be. Shout out to Kevnar from the last video, commented a really good point. The more I give a shit about the character, the more invested I am in the outcome of the story, and hence the more scared I am when shit threatens them somehow. So I guess you could say great horror requires great writing. If you don't have a good answer for the question, why should we care, then nothing else you do, no other gimmick or trick is going to make your game scary. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen the last video, go check it out. It's about what makes a good horror game. Mostly roast games, but you might like it anyway. If you enjoy, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and drop a comment, mostly about how small my wiener is. Thank you all, bye bye, much love.
Diamond and a wave, diamond and a wave. I think I am dancing with the stars. I think I'm on cloud 9.